Hi, good afternoon. It's Jay Gorham with Keller Williams Realty here at 12 Church Street in Falmouth. Introducing you to the builder-owner, Andre Bellucci, and he's going to explain some of the construction detail about the house to you. Go ahead, Andre.
Hi, my name is Andre. Prior to the building inspection, I thought there should be a few things that you knew. If we start outside, the driveway. That driveway is a 2-inch thick mix. It's a combination of base and finish coat. It's a 1/2-inch stone. The recommendation on where I have this done is that the first overlay should go on between 4 and 6 years after this particular coat that was installed. Staying outside, the lawn. The lawn is a park mix grass seed that was purchased here in Falmouth from Alan Sterling Lothrop on Route 1. Also, to maintain and get this lawn established, seeing it's about 10 days old as we speak, I had installed 3 outside faucets so that one could accommodate any watering needs from the front and each side of the structure. On the outside, the siding itself. The siding brand name is called Mastic. The particular panel that I use, which is the high grade, is called Quest. On that panel, the panel projection, which is the thickness of the panel, which shows the nice shadow lines from the street, is a full 7/8 of an inch thick. It's the thickest on the market, so when you're standing back, it's a more rigid panel, gives it a good view. It's a little bit thicker. Underneath that siding is white Tyvek. Underneath that white Tyvek, on all the sheathing of the home, I use Advantech. It's not a discounted product. We bought the best plywood that we could. It's a full 1/2-inch Advantech with a 50-year warranty on the sheathing. That's about as good as you can get. The insulation in the home. The insulation in this home, I did a fiberglass, and we did it to the new specs that the state requires. And I did fiberglass so that it was modified, a little area. Fiberglass has been around for years. Dense pack, no one really has the answer yet, so erring on the side of caution so that the home can breathe better. We went with fiberglass. I've been doing that more frequent than not. Inside the house, the doors, for instance, on all your bedrooms, and I have full 1 3/4 doors that are solid core, and they all set on ball bearing hinges. Inside, as far as insulation, the cellar ceiling or main level floor is insulated to an R38. That's with pink fiberglass. The ceiling above me is blown in fiberglass, and to access the attic there are 2 access points. One access point is in the laundry room. As you walk through the door just above, gives you full access to the attic on that side of the house. Now the entire attic is interconnected, but it's tough to walk across this large kitchen, living room, flex room. This space is 24 by 32. We just thought the risk of walking across that was too great, so we installed a second access panel, which is located in the front bedroom to the front of the house, in the closet. It's a little thinner access point, but one can squeeze through just fine. On the exterior, just to move out again, the perimeter is covered with some erosion mix. We use that just to control where there's a brook behind us, so that erosion mix. We're trying to be sensitive to the environment, so we're catching any sediment before it occurs on the off chance that it does wash off the lawn. The winter sun. The front of the house, it's predominantly oak trees. When these leaves drop, the entire front of the house gets full sun. That's east. The sun comes around back to the deck. Right now is around 12:30-ish on Thursday. The deck, as we speak, has full sun. When the sun makes it all the way to the west, it's 85% sun. Moving along, the footings of this house. I tore down an existing structure here and we rebuilt. We exceed codes because you're buying something that I want last, and we don't risk any issues to save a little bit of money. Having said that, the footings that I pour everywhere are 2 feet wide, 10 inches thick. That's what's on this site with 3 pieces of steel in the footing all the way around. There's even a full foundation and a full footing in this front entranceway. That concrete slab is sitting on its own foundation, 8 feet deep, packed with sand, and we poured that water sheeting slab on top of it. The walls are poured at a 3,500 PSI concrete mix, same as the footings. There's 2 pieces of steel or 4 pieces of steel in the walls per code.
Did you talk about how much bigger the footings are, Andre? Can you explain that?
Yeah, the footings, I had mentioned that we poured a 2-foot footing, sometimes a little wider in some spots. Code only requires 16 inches wide, 8 inches thick. So the cost is not that much, maybe 3 yards, 4 yards, which is equivalent of $300 or $400 more of concrete to ensure that the house doesn't move. We don't get any cracking. There's just some things that one cannot save money on. That's one of the things. The other items that I'd like you to know, the front bedroom to the street side, those 2 windows are casement windows. They do meet egress. All the other windows are double hung. Those crank out strictly for the purpose of meeting the egress. Inside of the house, the fireplace. That fireplace is a 41,000 BTU fireplace. If and when power should ever go out and you have no power, the fireplace will still operate on high at 41,000 BTUs. The only difference is the blower won't work. So it'll keep you from getting cold and the house from freezing up. The other important items that we field are the smoke detectors. The entire house has a combination carbon monoxide and smoke detector in each room. Code requires 1 in the basement. We happen to have 1 in every bedroom, 1 in this hall behind me, 1 in the hall on the way to the master, also inside the master. In the garage, as you enter the garage and you step up, there are 2 smoke detectors. One of them is about at knee height as you entrance the home from the garage. The other one directly above it is also a combination smoke and carbon monoxide. No one knows for sure how that really works, and we want to be ultra safe. As you turn and go to the cellar, as you place your left hand going down on the handrail, there's a smoke detector right there. Out of place, but it's a combination carbon monoxide again and smoke in case any fumes or fire comes from the cellar. If the smoke detector in the cellar doesn't pick it up, this one at the top of the stairs, before it penetrates that fire-rated door, which is fire-rated, hopefully that smoke detector or carbon monoxide will sound. Also, as we move to the cellar and we go to the furnace is a Wiesmann. It's a suitcase packaged boiler that has a hot water storage tank in the bottom of it and the regular wall-mounted propane gas Wiesmann boiler. It's a combination unit. There are 3 zones in this house, one for the master, one for the general area that we're standing in, the kitchen area, if you will, and one for the 2 bedrooms, pantry, and bath behind me. Moving back to the basement, that particular boiler is fed by propane. There is no natural gas in the street today as we speak. That's a 300-gallon propane tank, which is off to the side. Also, as you face the boiler, there's a plug-in carbon monoxide detector, another extra, which my friend that owns the company that installed the heating system puts in. We want you to be safe should something occur that would be a misfortune. We want to make sure that you're out of the house. That's predominantly most of the information. As far as any radon, we did install a radon vent. It begins in the basement next to the boiler and it goes up through the roof. In the attic, there's preparation in case somebody feels that they need to mitigate, or in case there's the need to mitigate. There's electric in the attic, so only a fan needs to be installed. Also, in the basement, as we speak, and when you view the home, I have my dehumidifier drying the basement out. You know, concrete's wet. You know, we need to take the humidity out of the house. I'm sure it's out of the house, but until somebody else owns it, we're going to leave it in place. Beyond that, we are on city water. We are on city sewer. The city sewer basically comes in under the driveway. City water is at the beginning of the lot, which is on the other side of that large oak tree. In the cellar, you can finish the cellar and have a couple of bedrooms. The two windows at the gable end of the home are both egress windows. So I put two there so that they match. Other than that, the appliances are new. They came from Agrin's Appliance. They're a smudge-proof, non-finger-proof stainless steel. They are new. The brand name is Frigidaire, and they speak for themselves. The gas stove does have a griddle with it, which is located in the bottom, should one need to griddle anything. Other than that, I think you have a fairly good understanding of the home. The windows, the brand name is called Modern View. I use this particular brand because there's less white vinyl showing and you get more glass. That's a preference of mine. Everything's brushed nickel. This granite came from Blue Rock in Westbrook, I believe. And the heating system, obviously there's a warranty that comes with the home. I use Breggy Oil Company. They're friends of mine, have been for decades. And the beauty of staying with somebody all the time is, should there be a need for a repair or something, they're always there. They're not a changing company. Other than that, if you'd like me to join you on an inspection prior to or afterwards, I'd be happy to join you. I believe my realtor will be joining you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and we'll just go from there. Thank you very much.
Andre.